Hey, this a little jam session. If you jam with us, yeah. Here we go. Gotta be cool, gotta be love, gotta be you, 'cause that's just what you do. I gotta be me, you gotta be you, you gotta be love, and keep it cool. Welcome to the new verse. This is Caption the Oracle, and I am going to share with you some very profound information that I have discovered on my journey of the spiritual realization, spiritual actualization, spiritual deification of becoming spiritually sovereign, transcending my triggers, turning them into treasures, and transcending generational traumas and turning them into something big and beautiful that we like to call big pyramid shit. That's what we're doing. We are building, we are removing the stigmas placed on many of us by society to fit in, to be like everybody else. That causes insanity. And that is why the state of the world is the way it is. So many of us are just now meeting ourselves, no matter how old we are. Is that not some really trippy shit? Oh my goodness. So some days the spiritual awakening is, I feel elated, I'm excited, I'm feeling myself, I'm speaking my big pyramid shit, affirmations, you got this, you got gangster gratitude, nothing can stop you, you got this. All you gotta do is trust the process and trust yourself and keep walking. And then the very next day, none of this is gonna work. You're not even worthy for what you desire because you don't enforce boundaries. How are you going to have more money without more problems? You already get stressed out. You're healing from many years of trauma. How do you think you're going to be able to handle this 6-figure income that you have been dreaming about? If you're overwhelmed now and there's too much on your plate, you're definitely not going to be able to handle what's on that side. You're not ready for that level, baby. So be small, play small, dim your light, and be safe. And the ego, hello, I am right here, and I'm going to make sure that we don't do anything that could potentially be dangerous, because I was created by you to protect you from danger. And even though I was probably created when you were 8 years old, you have not put anything else in the place to be used. So I am your default function. And the ego thinks that it is protecting you. So this causes the cognitive dissonance, the internal conflict, where you feel one way and then you feel another way, you feel this way and then you feel that way. And in the middle of it all, you're trying to figure out, who am I, and how do I figure out how to feel? How do I get clarity? Which voice is my intuition? Which voice is my ego? And it needs a total nap out. I just need to TKO the ego, but I'm not sure. And in that space, we just become drifters, not quite sure what to invest our money, time, and energy into. So if any of this is resonating with you, congratulations. You have arrived to the new earth. And I will be your assistant to help you out. Now, I'm going to share with you the number one thing that I learned since the Lioness Gate portal, which opened on August the 8th of 2022 this year. I've been working with the energy of Sekhmet, and Sekhmet is one of my spirit guides. She was the first to reveal herself and her name to me. And I read as much as I could put my hands on about her and realized that her energy has really been very present throughout my whole life. Her energy is even like embedded in my natal chart, with having the Libra being my sun sign in Western astrology. And I have always been the kind of person to take up for the little guy, to take up for the person being bullied, to become friends with the outcast, because I always saw something special in those people, because I knew this is why the world is like this, to them, aggressive to them. The world is like, no, you can't be who you came here to be, kind of thing. So I was always drawn to those people because I resonated with that. I never felt like I could fully be who I was because it wasn't safe to do so. I needed to make sure that I was a clone of everybody around me so that it wouldn't be noticed that I was different and I wouldn't get rejected or abandoned, neglected, or abused. Now, fast forward, let me just tell you, those things did not work. Okay? So my ego takes her TKO when she needs to, and she come out when she needs to. But I've learned how to do that by healing myself energetically, because the trauma is stored within the body. Remember, the body keeps count of the trauma. Okay, and I've talked about personal development books and self-help books to help you with that, but that's trapped inside the body, but not just the physical body. I like to go into the ethers, to the Akash, into the airy energy that surrounds us and our mindsets, that creates ultimately what we attract in our reality. Even when you cannot figure out what it is, figuring out what it is requires you to do shadow work. And this is you going into the repressed parts of you, the parts of you that were wounded when you were a child. So when you are doing this shadow work, it can be really difficult for you to balance. Here we go, because segment is about justice, right? Justice is balance, balancing the scales. It can be difficult to balance the scales, because if you're looking at the other part of you and all you see is bad, trauma, negative, then what happens is you begin to manifest a mindset of being pessimistic. I'm bad, I'm negative, I'm always doing something wrong, I can't never do nothing right. And all of this is happening within the subconscious mind, which controls 95% of what shows up in your life, right? And you're trying to use the 5% conscious mind you've been working on to balance out the scales, and it's just not going to happen. A nickel is not going to have the same value as a quarter. It's just not going to happen. So what I did was I worked on one part of me at a time to isolate the different parts of the wounds that I have and the way that they are showing up in my life energetically. So if you really think about this on an energetic level, your lower chakras, which is the root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus. And we are here to simplify things so that people actually can get impact, because sometimes if it's super complex, you can't even get through the process to have the full benefit. So everything that we create is to simplify, right? So what I did was I went into my root chakra, which is where my inner child lives. Those first years from womb to 7 years old, those years, the root chakra was the one recording everything happening. That was your primary recorder of all vibrational experiences. And this includes things that were said to you and even things that your mother was just thinking while you were in her womb space. That energy attached itself to you and was recorded just like a sponge does. And then you get into what happened during those years. If you can remember some of the things, you begin to connect the dots and make these connections. And this is so important because I feel like a lot of people kind of awakened and just kind of went through a bunch of information and didn't work through this in a way that you are now noticing you're not getting the impact from the work that you have been doing. So I experienced this, and in me reverse engineering the unnecessary chaos I created, I was able to get into a space to work through just 7 years at a time. And energetically, that's the chakras. Okay, so that's like your cassette tape. All right. Remember the cassette, and it was going to record anything that was on the radio, even if it was something else already written on the cassette tape. Y'all remember that? Old school. That was a throwback for you. So, for 10 days, I'm going to give you guidance for each day to walk through healing the inner child. And this is a combination of shadow work and personal development with the spiritual metaphysical element that I bring. And with me being a Scorpio moon, I tend to delve deep into the psyche about everything. I will even delve deep into why in this lifetime I can't eat corn, though I love corn so much. There's a spiritual message in there for you, and I might share that with y'all one day. But it's pretty unbelievable how you can learn something so significant to your soul's mission by just delving deeper into things that seem to not matter or be surfacey, right? So all of that magic, that white galactic wizard energy of my harmonic frequency based on my galactic signature comes through everything that I do. So there's a timelessness to it, which is why I go back and watch my own videos of my old visions when I was in Christianity and connect them to what's happening today. And even though I've been through many religious systems, my gift and my prophecy has been so accurate, right? And I wanted to be able to put this in a course where it's fun, it's still going deep, but it feels good. I want to leave you feeling great about yourself and the work that you're doing. So I took all of that and put it into a course. And for 10 days, you will camp out with me. And I am going through this process as you are continually. So when I get new information, I add it to the course. So this course is building as we go. And I'm also using the information from the collective and what you all are experiencing as the foundation for this course. So be sure to click on the link. The course is $4 for a whole month. And for right now, we're already into the solar plexus chakra. That's me personally. But if you are just now beginning or are already in the course and working through it, that's fine. There is no rush. If you want to spend more than 10 days in each chakra healing, that's fine as well. You do not have to rush. This is your pace. You can do this at your own pace. But it's broken down day by day so that I can be there with you when you begin your day and have information for you to use at the end of your day. And I'm telling you, if you just spend 30 days consistently spending some time with yourself like this, some of the repetitions of patterns that are toxic that you are ready to release, and you know that you are, but you don't know what the magnetism is inside of you that's attracting that situation, will reveal itself to you. And a lot of times it will just cease to be in your reality. And you didn't have to do anything but heal thyself. Okay? Now, I originally got on here to share something else, but this is where my Undivine Self has taken me for the collective. So if this resonated with you, drop a comment below and let me know, like, what part of this really stood out. What was your biggest takeaway that you got from this? Because when you do this, you're showing all parts of you that you're so fucking important. You're going to leave a comment about it because you want the whole world to know I am doing exactly what I need to be doing to heal myself. And I am winning no matter how the 3D simulation makes it look. We're doing big pyramid shit. It's not a feeling that's already there for you to put on like clothes. It's a feeling you create. One string, one fabric, one design, one day, one decision, one moment, one comment, one thought, one action at a time. as I love to say, man, your third eye has just been kissed, baby.